In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NBA games happening on December 19, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Indiana Pacers versus Phoenix Suns. The Indiana Pacers are set to visit the Footprint Center on Thursday night to face the Phoenix Suns in a non-conference matchup. The Pacers, currently sitting in 8th place in the Eastern Conference with a 12-15 record, are riding a 2-game winning streak. They come off a solid 119-104 victory at home against the New Orleans Pelicans this past Sunday. On the other hand, the Suns hold the 6th spot in the Western Conference with a 14-11 record and are also on a 2-game winning streak, having recently secured a 116-109 win at home against the Portland Trail Blazers. This game marks the first of 2 meetings between the teams, with the second scheduled for early January. The Indiana Pacers have begun to find their rhythm, having won 3 of their last 4 games. They will be looking to build on their momentum following their decisive 119-104 win over the Pelicans. During that game, the Pacers shot 50% from the field and made 16 of 38 three-pointers. They played strong defense, holding the Pelicans to just 14 points in the second quarter, and then erupted for 40 points in the third quarter, opening up a 25-point lead that helped them secure the win. The Pacers have already defeated the 76ers and Pelicans and are preparing for upcoming games against the Kings, Warriors, and Thunder. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Suns have been in relatively good form, winning 4 of their last 7 games. They will be aiming for a 3rd consecutive victory after their 116-109 triumph over the Trail Blazers this past Sunday. As a team, the Suns shot 48% from the field and made 15 of 39 three-pointers. They set the tone early, scoring 33 points in the first quarter to grab an early lead. Despite struggles to create significant separation until the 4th quarter, they found their rhythm and eventually pulled away, leading by as many as 16 points. The Suns have defeated the Jazz and Trail Blazers and now face the Pistons, Nuggets, and Mavericks in their next games. In terms of injuries, the Pacers are still without a few key players, including Ben Shepherd, Isaiah Jackson, and James Wiseman, while the Suns are missing Bradley Beal. The Pacers, who had been struggling for several weeks, are finally beginning to regain their form, whereas the Suns have continued to rack up victories despite the absence of Beal due to injury. However, their win against the Trail Blazers was far from convincing. Historically, playing the Suns has been a tough task for the Pacers, who have won only one of their last 6 matchups. Still, with 3 wins in their last 4 games, the Pacers will look to keep the momentum going. Their last road win was a convincing 14-point victory over the 76ers, and their 3-point shooting has been on point, averaging 15 made threes per game during this stretch. While the Pacers are currently 8th in the Eastern Conference, below expectations at the start of the season, it's likely that they will surge in the coming weeks and months. For the Phoenix Suns, the return of Kevin Durant from injury has sparked a positive turnaround, as they've won their last 2 games with Durant scoring 30 and 20 points, respectively. These wins came against the Jazz and Trail Blazers, which may not be the toughest of opponents, but when Durant plays, the Suns have a 13-2 record this season. His matchup with Pascal Siakam will be one to watch, as both players have similar builds and playing styles. However, the Suns have struggled to cover the spread this season, doing so only 9 times in 25 games, and at home, they are just 4-9 against the spread. Both teams are currently in solid form, and they split their regular season series last year, with each game decided by just 2 and 7 points. The Suns have allowed opponents to shoot 39.5% from beyond the arc in their last 3 games, so the Pacers, known for their 3-point shooting, may be able to take advantage of this weakness. Both teams have been scoring at a similar pace in recent games, with the Pacers averaging 120 points over their last 4 games, while the Suns have put up 119 points in their previous 5 games. Throughout the season, both teams have demonstrated a solid ability to shoot from long range, with the Pacers ranking 11th in the league with a 37.5% team 3-point shooting percentage, and the Suns ranking 5th with a 38.3% mark. The Phoenix Suns are healthier than they have been in a while, but that hasn't necessarily translated into consistent success. They've underperformed for much of the season, even when healthy, and are currently 9-16 against the spread. The Pacers have faced their own challenges, particularly on defense, but they've quietly won 3 of their last 4 games and have shown improvement overall. While the Suns should have an easier time offensively against the Pacers have been scoring efficiently, so they should be able to challenge Phoenix. So the Indiana Pacers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Neither team has excelled at grabbing offensive rebounds this season. The Pacers rank 29th in the league with just 8.4 offensive rebounds per game, while the Suns are 24th with 9.4 offensive rebounds per game. Despite these struggles, both defenses have managed to limit their opponent's scoring. The Pacers have been allowing 108 points over their last 3 games, while the Suns have given up 118 points over their previous 4 games. This could set the stage for an exciting and high-scoring game between 2 teams that are finding their offensive rhythm. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Knicks versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The New York Knicks are aiming for their 4th consecutive road victory as they prepare to face the Minnesota Timberwolves on Thursday night. This game will take place at the Target Center in Minneapolis, and both teams are entering with strong performances as they look to maintain their momentum. The Knicks are coming off a solid 100-91 win over the Orlando Magic, where they were favored by 4.5 points. Their victory was built on a strong defensive effort and timely shooting. Similarly, the Timberwolves have also been in excellent form, securing a dominant 106-92 victory over the San Antonio Spurs as 4.5-point favorites. These recent wins have both teams feeling confident, with Minnesota boasting a strong 6-4 record in their last 10 matchups against New York. New York has been playing exceptionally well recently, winning 11 of their last 15 games overall. The Knicks are coming off a 100-91 road win against Orlando, where they controlled the game from start to finish. As a team, the Knicks shot 46% from the field and made 10 of 24 attempts from beyond the arc, taking a commanding lead into halftime. Although they struggled with ball control, committing 17 turnovers, their defense was impressive, particularly in limiting Orlando's Jalen Suggs, who made just 4 of 19 shots from the field. On the other side, the Minnesota Timberwolves have been heating up, winning 6 of their last 7 games. They are looking to extend their winning streak to 3 games after their dominant 106-92 win over San Antonio on the road. While the Timberwolves shot only 40% from the field and made 12 of 35 three-pointers, their defense was the key to victory. They completely controlled the game after holding the Spurs to a mere 37 points in the first half, demonstrating the strength of their defensive unit. Both teams have key players unavailable for this game. The Knicks are still without Mitchell Robinson and Ariel Huckborty, while the Timberwolves will be missing Joe Ingles. Thursday's game will also carry emotional weight as Karl Anthony Towns returns to Minnesota for the first time since his offseason trade to New York. Towns spent his first 9 seasons with the Timberwolves, creating many cherished memories, but now he is focused on helping the Knicks secure a win against his former team. New York enters this game in good spirits, having won 6 of their last 8 games, including a solid 4-1 straight-up record in their last 5 road games. Even though they have struggled with 3-point shooting in some of those games, they have relied on their defensive efforts, which has been an encouraging sign. Opponents have shot just 32.3% from beyond the arc in the last 3 games for the Knicks, further highlighting their defensive prowess. The Timberwolves have also been excelling defensively, especially over their last 7 games, during which they have limited teams to only 93 points per 100 possessions. For comparison, the second-best defensive team in this span, the Oklahoma City Thunder, have allowed 103.5 points per 100 possessions. Minnesota has also seen an increase in their assist numbers, with the team assisting on 70.1% of their baskets, the 4th highest mark in the NBA. In this game, the Timberwolves also have a player facing his former team, Julius Randle. Randle's presence will surely be a focal point for the Knicks' defense, but they will also need to keep a close eye on Anthony Edwards, who torched them for 35 points in their last meeting. Jalen Brunson, the Knicks point guard, rebounded from a subpar performance against the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA Cup quarterfinals, where he scored just 14 points by putting up a team-high 31 points in the win over Orlando. Brunson scored 17 of those points in the second half, showing his ability to take over when needed. He has been one of the Knicks' best players this season, but he will face a tough challenge against the Timberwolves' strong defense. Minnesota has been excellent at defending the three-point line, allowing just 33.3% shooting from beyond the arc, the second best best defensive mark in the NBA. At home, that number improves slightly to 32.8%. Brunson, who shoots 43.2% from the field, will likely struggle to find his rhythm against this tough Timberwolves defense. The Knicks have been on a solid run recently, and their confidence is high after their win against Orlando. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves have been even more impressive, having lost only one of their last 7 games, and their win over the Spurs was a dominant one. This is reflected in the betting line, which is close, reflecting how well both teams have been playing. Although the Knicks are playing well, I've been more impressed by the Timberwolves lately, and I believe they offer great value at home. I expect Minnesota to dominate the Knicks' perimeter shooting, so the Minnesota Timberwolves to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams have been trending towards the under in recent games. The Knicks have hit the under in their last 3 games, while the Timberwolves have gone under in 5 of their last 6 contests. New York averages 116 points per game but plays at the slowest pace in the league, averaging just 99.9 possessions per game. They will be facing a Timberwolves team that allows 103 points per game at home and only 98 points per game in their last 3 games. The Timberwolves themselves average 110 points per game and play at the 21st fastest pace in the league with 101.7 possessions per game. They are up against a Knicks team that has given up 102 points per game in their last 3 games. In this inter-conference matchup between 2 of the NBA's top teams, both squads have a strong defensive identity, and their slow-paced play will likely lead to a lower-scoring affair. Minnesota is a particularly strong defensive team, while the Knicks, though ranked 16th in defensive rating, are still capable of stepping up defensively when needed. Both teams are also strong in limiting turnovers, with the Knicks ranking 6th in turnover percentage. As a result, easy baskets will likely be few and far between for both teams. Historically, the under has been a common outcome when these 2 teams face off, with 4 of the last 5 meetings at Target Center going under, and 8 of the last 11 meetings overall finishing under the total. Additionally, 7 of the last 8 Timberwolves games have gone under, including 4 of their last 5 at home. Based on the recent trends and the style of play of both teams, I expect the game to go under the projected total. Thus, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.